Do you like my setup? I think it's not bad. Obviously it's the same backdrop, but I'm still kind of toying with this idea. See, I wanted to get a standing desk, and I certainly do not have the funds for that at the moment. So this is actually my kitchen island bench, which has wheels. My partner made it and I love it, and I think it's beautiful. It's at a good height, and I think this will be suitable right now until I can afford a standing desk, and then I can be all fancy like the fancy YouTubers. I'm just not there yet. So you all know I have a bag problem, which actually isn't really a problem to start with, because you always have a bag for every situation. Well, today I'm actually going to fix one gap that I do have in my collection, and that is the messenger bag. I've decided to do a review on the Tenba DNA 13. Yes, you've seen me review messenger bags like the Messenger 13 from Peak Design, but I decided to go down a little bit of a different route because I didn't quite have the funds to get a Peak Design bag considering how expensive they are, and I kind of wanted to see what more budget-friendly options were out there, and that's where the Tenba DNA 13 came in. But here's what I was looking for in my research, and hopefully maybe you were also thinking of the same thing and this might help you. I'm getting into more photography these days, and I was looking for more ease of access so that I don't have to keep opening the bag completely to get one thing out. I just want to be able to quickly be able to get into the main compartment of the bag and take out what I need without revealing everything else to the world. I also wanted it to at least be able to hold my Bronica GS1, which is quite a beefy camera. It's very wide, and it's not often you find compartments that will fit it correctly. Oftentimes they'll just bulge outwards and it isn't quite a suitable fit. I wanted to find something that was wide enough to hold it and heavy duty enough to hold it, but also hold other things in there as well. I also wanted it to have pockets galore. I wanted things to be really easy to find so that I wasn't fumbling around too much when it comes to getting out the smallest little item like a battery or a card. I also wanted a sleeve for my iPad because I not only wanted to use the bag to take out on photo shoots or film shoots, I also really wanted to use it as an everyday messenger bag so I can convert it and put an iPad in the back and take it to a meeting or just take it out anywhere really. I also wanted something that wasn't too big or overkill for my bony shoulders and my slight frame, but I also wanted it to be big enough to be able to carry everything that I needed and the necessities for a day. So I did all that research beforehand and I landed on the Tenba DNA 13. I did go in blind though. I haven't actually seen the bag in real life. I've only seen reviews on YouTube, and I've seen that it has a lot of different sizes in the range, so I knew that there were options there. If I did like the style of the bag, I could get a different size. However, it is really difficult to know if something is suitable for you if you haven't actually seen it in person, and that's where these reviews kind of come in handy, and I know they come in handy for you all because you get to see the item. I know it's not in person, so it is a little bit subjective and a bit hard to tell still, but it is a step forward. So hopefully this video helps you. So I bought it just in time to take on a shoot with some friends in the Dandenong Ranges. And I thought that would be a perfect opportunity to run it through its paces, considering the terrain type that we were going to be wandering through. It was going to be quite wet that day as well, so it's perfect conditions to check the durability and the usability of something that is supposedly really durable and highly functional. So let's start off with the features of the Tenba DNA 13. It goes for $159.95 USD retail price. You can actually find it cheaper at a number of places. It also comes in a variety of colors, including graphite, cobalt blue, which is this one here. There's also a copper color, and there's a special edition black. There's also a selection of sizes in the range as well. So you've got the Tenba DNA 8, which is the smallest of the lot, and then you've got the 11, the 13, and the 15. The Tenba DNA 13 will hold a mirrorless camera and 4 to 5 standard size lenses, or a DSLR and 2 to 3 standard size lenses. Using that sort of terminology though in the specs of the bag, I don't think that really helps as a consumer as to whether that bag is going to work for me. It does a little bit, kind of gives you a little bit of a guideline, but then again, everybody's camera is different and it's all going to fit differently in different bags, so it's not a standard to go by, if that makes any sense. On top of that, it can also hold accessories like a flash or a microphone, a 13-inch laptop, surprise, and an iPad. The weight of the bag without gear is 1.3 kilos. The exterior of the bag is made out of a 600 denier helix material, which is water resistant. I wouldn't have it in a torrential downpour, but it is rather water resistant. It also has these nifty little flaps on the inside of the bag, also attached to the lid of the bag, which kind of protect it a little bit more from the weather. Sort of an attempt at avoiding water dripping into the bag. For any times where the bag is being used in heavy rain, you do have a rain protector in the bag as well. A little bit of a bummer here is it's not actually connected to the bag in any way, so it is a completely separate item that you'll have to strap to the side or put in another pocket, and it will just end up taking space in the bag. What I would have liked to see with this is maybe a pocket on the bag itself where it can flip out of, much like on the low pro bags, which usually come out of the bottom and you can flip them up and around the top to protect your bag from any rain. You can also turn this inside out and it can become a sun reflector to reflect any heat. I managed to find a carabiner clip that I had at home and I was able to hook it onto the inside of the bag quite easily. So it is out of the way for me, and that was my solution to the problem, but again, it would have been nice to not have it taking up space. It's also got a heavy duty base as well, so it is scratch, tear and water resistant. There's heavy duty straps and clips, and there's also a luggage strap at the back, which means you can just put it on top of your rolling suitcase. They also have clips on the front of the bag called fidlock clips. They're magnetic, they're really sturdy, and all it is a simple push to the side to undo it, and then when you're putting it back on, it's a magnetic clip, so it's just going to slide back on very easily. However, it is really hard to undo any other way but that, which makes it rather safe. A quick access zipper. This bag has a quick access zipper on the top, which means you can very easily reach into the bag, find what you need without having to open up the straps, undo the Velcro, open the bag to the world so that everybody can see what's inside your bag, and then fumble around for a while. So having that quick access zipper makes things a lot more streamlined and very, very simple on set. If you're somebody who is constantly changing cameras or constantly changing filters, that is a really good feature to have. One of the coolest features, I reckon, is the quiet Velcro. It's not silent, but it is very, very quiet. Need I say more? Well, actually, I do have to say more. The interior of the bag. It's made of a soft tricot material and it has those regular Velcro dividers that you usually see in bags of this type. The interior compartment of the bag, the part that actually makes it a camera bag, is also completely removable, so you can just turn it into an everyday bag. There's also heaps of pockets for almost every need you can think of. There was, however, one thing that I feel was missing from the bag, and that would be a clear or a mesh pocket that you could put batteries or cards into, and you can see what's inside very quickly. I mean, it is a really minor thing, but I feel like cards and batteries are something that I want to keep on top of, be able to access easily and be able to see immediately in the bag. Now, I was able to fit almost everything I needed in the bag, and I will show you on screen now what I was able to fit in the bag on the day. And I could have put more in there, but the reality is it would have just been way too heavy for me, and I feel like this is a good size to weight ratio for my body type and for my usage. It can fit a lot, but it's not overkill. And that's the thing with messenger bags, it can very quickly become overkill depending on how much you put in the bag. Because of the design of the bag and the way that it fits on anybody's body, it can be a fine line between having a really nice, comfortable bag and having a really bad experience. So when I was carrying this around all day, yes, it was heavy and yes, it did get uncomfortable, but because I was doing photography, I was able to take the bag off, sit it at my feet, take the photos, put it back on. I mean, if it was lighter, I could have just kept it on my back the whole time, but the reality was that I was carrying enough to make it uncomfortable throughout the day. And with a female figure, things can get in the way, especially when you're using a messenger or a sling style bag that has a strap over the front. It can be rather uncomfortable. Now, I am not the largest chested woman in the world, but as far as comfort goes with this bag, I found it more comfortable than some of the other bags and the cheaper brands that I have tried out in the past. In short, the padding is supportive and I do love the non-slip feature on the shoulder pad. All in all, the Tenba DNA 13 messenger bag meets my expectations and more, and I'm really impressed with it. I'm really impressed with the quality and I can't wait to use it more in the future. It's what I expect from a messenger sling bag. It's super durable for any condition, it's a great price, and it's just worth it. So do I recommend it? Yes. Do I think it's right for everybody? No. I would definitely recommend, like with anything, going to find the item first, having a play around with it in store or whether you borrow it from a friend, and then seeing if it's suitable for you. Because watching these reviews online, yes, it does help, but they're not perfect. Everybody has their own unique situation or ideal bag or ideal camera or ideal lens. It's worth going out and trying it for yourself if possible. And if you do have to rely on these sort of videos, I hope I was able to bring you some valuable information on this. I was just lucky that after doing the research, having a look at some videos, and then thinking that this was the one, that when I got it delivered, it actually was the one. That was just a fluke, and it's so rare that that sort of thing happens. That might be the case with you too, but it might not. But I do hope that this review kind of helped you in your decision making, whether you're going to get the Tenba DNA 13 or you're going to get a completely different bag. That's completely up to you. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to give it a big fat thumbs up. And if you would like to see more of my face and learn a little bit more about filmmaking in the process, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next Sunday. Well, actually, no. My schedule has changed. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I'm now posting on Australia's Monday mornings, and for all of you in the US, it'll be on your Sunday evenings. I think that works better. Let me know if you're happy with that schedule change. I think it kind of works a little bit better for people, especially in the US, because I was posting on your Saturday evenings, and you guys should just go out and enjoy your Saturday evenings. Unless you're like me and you just sit on the couch with a cup of tea. But anyway, I'll see you later.